let me ask you this. Who are you? Now, I feel like most people, you probably answered your own name, right? Oh, I'm John. But what does that name even mean to you? Who are you really?
You can attach meaning to your life, but that meaning is yours and yours alone. It's not objective. It is not an absolute.
You know, a name is just a label. A name is just something we give each other to give our lives meaning, to make ourselves different from other people, to make ourselves stand out from other people, or to fit in with other people, right? Oh, I have a name, right? I'm like you, we all have names. We all have those labels. I'm an engineer, I'm a lawyer, I'm a doctor, whatever it is, right? Those labels. Most people, they believe in a fixed mindset about what identity is, right? About who they are. So they believe, oh, that's my name, that's who I am. Not just the name, but for anything really, for anything identity related. Whether it's personality-wise, skill-wise. For example, you're very good at painting, so you think, oh, that's me, I'm really good at painting. Or, oh, I'm really social, that's me, I'm really outgoing. Or I'm really shy, that's me, I'm really introverted. Static thing, a fixed thing that does not go past a certain level, right? And that's what keeps us stuck in our identity. The concept of identity that we believe that I'm this and that's it, right? That's a default position, right? You're born and when you're young, it's like, who are you? Oh, I'm me, I hear me. Well, what does me even mean to you? What does you even mean to you, right? Oh, well, I'm the body, that's what I am. Look, I'm moving, like, look, what exactly about the body are you? Oh, you know, well, I'm the brain. You know, that's what I am. I'm inside the brain. That's me, you know, thinking here. Okay, well, if we take your brain and we remove parts of it, are you still you? Well, I guess I would still be me, but not really me. You know, it's unclear. It's unclear, guys, what we are. But we love to try to make things clear. But every time we try to make it clear, the deeper we go in this quest for identity, the deeper we go down the rabbit hole, the less we realize who we actually are. The more we realize there's nothing to find. There's different views on identity. There's different theories of whatever philosophies, whatever thing. I'm not here to philosophize about it. I'm not here to argue about a position. I'm not here to convince you of an argument. I'm just gonna present you, I guess, 3 different views on identity that are most common in the self-development, self-actualization community. Spiritual community, and hopefully with that give you a little bit more of clarity. The first identity model that is very common in the self-development circle is you are your highest consciousness, you're your manifestation of your best self. You're not the person who's lazy. No, your identity, that's your highest self. The person who goes to the gym 4 to 5 times a week, the one who works really hard, the one who's confident, the one who's creative, the one who's productive, whatever it is, the self who lives in accordance to your own values of integrity. So, is this identity bad? Is it bad to think of yourself as your higher self? Well, absolutely not, right? From what you're seeing here, it's like, oh well, of course we want to be our highest self. Of course we want our identity to be at this high standard, right? It's positive to have this great identity, but there are exceptions here. If you take this higher self identity too far, you'll build an ego around it. And whenever you're not living to this highest potential, whenever another day you're lazy or you're just tired or you're sick or whatever, and you beat yourself up over it, well, guess what? You'll feel horrible for not living up to that identity. There'll always be this discrepancy because it's impossible, in my opinion, to always be living in the highest of potential, always be productive, always be this, always be that, always be confident. And because of this gap, you will always feel dissatisfied with not being able to always live up there to your highest self. You will always tell yourself, well, I'm down there, I can't get there. You will have this discrepancy, fight within yourself. You will have conflict in your own mind, in your own heart. While it's an amazing idea, it's a nice concept, it's a nice model, it needs a bit more flexibility, in my opinion. It's nice to strive towards, but understanding that we're still human. We still need to rest. We still need to sleep. The first thing that's really good about this model is that it can push you forward. It can push you to live to this high standard. It can push you to be, to live up to your potential and to strive for growth through challenges. But when it turns bad is where you believe you're so the shit that anyone else is below you, that, you become this annoying self-help guy. Maybe if you're in the community, some of those guys that they're always preaching to other people, like, hey, you have to do this or else like your life is shit. Oh, you're doing 9-to-5 job? Well, I have my own business, you fuck. No, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. So yeah, just be careful with that, right? Be careful. If you're adopting this model, make sure you add a bit of flexibility. If you're starting out with self-development, it's a good model because it gives you the first few steps to grow yourself. But then once you've experienced enough of the first model, then you can move beyond to different models that I'll explain to you. This model that you're your highest self will bring you great success, but it won't necessarily give you the greatest of happiness. It'll give you success though. So be careful with that. The second model is that actually you're not any set identity. You're not a noun, you're not a you. You are actually more of like a action, right? You're more of a process of becoming. You're always moving towards something else. You're always evolving, right? Every second of your life, you're thinking a different thought. You are exploring different ideas in your mind every single second. So if your thoughts, if your ways of thinking define your personality, then isn't your personality shifting every second? And if personality is something that we take as a criteria for self-development, is a criteria for identity, then our identities are always shifting every second. So we never quite know who we are right now, right? That's the second model. You can be anything, basically. You're not attached to any particular label. You don't attach your name to anything. You don't attach your identity to anything, right? You don't tell yourself that you're an artist, that you're a pickup artist, that you're a filmmaker, that you're a YouTube commentator. You don't tell yourself that you're a troll on the internet. You don't tell yourself that you have this specific job or whatever. It's like, no, whatever I am, that's not me. Because on this second level, you realize that, wait, identity has just been a societal construct to, I guess, solve an existential problem that we've been having in society. That's what happens with identity. We create names, we create identities for ourselves because we want to feel meaningful. We are afraid to be left behind. We are afraid to disappear. So we created identities to make ourselves feel meaningful in life. You realize that an identity is something very abstract that we've invented, and this abstraction of whatever we call identity has been mixed with a bunch of stereotypes, societal constructs, societal expectations on people and certain identities, lower class, high class, whatever it is, right? The advantage of this second model is that it allows deep flexibility, where you can be anything you want, so you don't need to cling to a specific identity, so you're less attached to specific labels, which allows you a lot more maneuverability, more flexibility, more space for growth, because you can be anything you want, right? And you don't buy into these societal constructs of what a specific person is. A problem with this is if you take this too far, then maybe you won't realize who you are anymore. And this may happen, right? You might get lost a little bit, especially if you're trying to adapt this, I guess, nameless model into your life, right? So be careful with that. And the third model, it's similar to model number 2, but the difference is that with model number 2, you believe that you are something and you're always changing. That's what you believe with model 2, right? But with model 3, you realize, and this is advanced here, so make sure you're ready for this. You realize that there is no such thing as you. That's it. There is no such thing as you. The you we've created is just an illusion. The you we've created is just a societal construct. The you we've created is just an idea of what you could be. But that doesn't mean that whatever you that you are doesn't mean that it actually exists. Tangibly, does that exist? Obviously that's a little advanced here, and then you tell me, oh well, what the fuck are you saying? Of course I exist, look at me, man. Look at fucking me. You're right behind your computer like, well, I'm typing this comment, you fuck. Of course I exist. But if you do the investigation down and down and down, you realize you don't really know who you are, right? Oh, I'm a thought. Okay, what's the thought made of? We don't know. If you watch my video, Why Life is Meaningless, I'll put a link at the end. You'll realize why. Actually, there's no such thing as you. This is the deepest of spiritual realizations. The people that are spiritually enlightened, that's what they realized. And even if you look scientifically, what are we made of? 99% emptiness. That's what atoms are made of. So that's, I guess, my view on things. I wish I could expand more on this model, but the thing is, I'm not spiritually enlightened yet. So I can't really give you like the deepest of insights there, but that's basically what I've figured from Model 3. I've had glimpses of it on meditation retreats that maybe we don't fucking exist, whatever it is. But you want to know who you are, right? But since there is no one to know, there's no need to know. Because who is going to know? You don't exist, so why would you want to know about you that doesn't exist? There's no one to know about this you. There's no one to be watching this video. You know what you are? You are just this experience. You are this reality. You are this reality. Our bodies are expressing themselves just as they are. Or minds are just expressing themselves. But wait, do I really have control over what I'm saying? Do I really have control over those hands? Do I really? Because as I'm doing this, I don't even know what I'm going to say next. So do I really have control over myself? Do you really have control over what thought is going to come in your mind next? Not really. So if we're so not in control of all those things, then who are we? Right? Who are we? I have an exercise for you to end this episode is for 5 to 10 minutes, ask yourself this. Very simple, actually. Who am I? Who am I? And then I want you to follow the trail of who am I and what is this and what is that. Go at the very root of who you are. So who am I? Oh, I'm John. Okay, what does John mean to me? Oh, John is this character of me, my personality, my outgoingness, my creativity. That's what I am. Okay, well, can you pinpoint that? What does that even mean to you? Oh, well, my personality, like, well, okay, where does that come from? Oh, well, my mind. Okay, so I am my mind, right? And you're like, yeah, I am my mind. Okay, well, what exactly about the mind that I am? Oh, I am the thoughts. Okay, so you're the thoughts. I'm the thoughts. What do the thoughts mean to me? What are they? They're like waves in the ocean. They just come and go and come and go, and yeah, that's what it is. Okay, what are thoughts made of to you? And you follow this trail of whys, of this trail of questioning, and the goal of this is not to find an answer. The goal of this is to realize that we don't know the answer. That's it. And if you can realize this realization firsthand, then you will be one step closer to realizing this formless identity that you are. And that is the essence of Nameless. You can be anything you want, but at the same time, we're nothing at all, and that's amazing. We're nothing at all, and we're everything at all. And that's amazing. What I want to suggest to you is, that's my own personal philosophy, is you can be anything the fuck you want. Because we don't really know who we are anyways, so you can be anything you want, artist, painter, scientist, and because you don't cling to any specifics and that you're uncategorizable, you're more resilient to, for example, personal attacks. You're not identified with those attacks because you don't even realize what they're attacking. They're not really attacking you. They're attacking, they're attacking this label of you. They're attacking this, what they think you are, but they're not attacking you. They're attacking what they think that you are. That's really important. Remember that. People will be attacking you for what they think that you are, but they will not actually be attacking you because there is no you. There is no set you. There is no set identity. So there's nothing to attack. And you become invincible. You become unassailable. You become grounded. You know your purpose, you know what you're doing, and it doesn't matter what other people think. On top of that, you don't get attached to things that don't happen exactly in accordance to your identity right here, right now, and you don't freak out about those things. You don't beat yourself up over it. And it allows you to have a higher tolerance for confusion, paradoxes, things that are just confusing in your environment. You have more confidence, more groundedness. You're less swayed by chaos, right? Now, the dangers of this is that I don't want you to take this so extreme that you just completely forget who you are, that you don't have any purpose, and then you think everything is meaningless because I don't exist anyway, so why the fuck should I care? No, that's not what I want you to do. Now, maybe when you're trying to adopt this new model of identity, maybe you'll go through a bit of an existential crisis, because I definitely did. When I started Namelessing, I'm like, oh shit. Well, it started, from this idea that I could be anything I want, right? But this is scary as hell as well. It means that fuck, whoever I thought that I was, that this doesn't mean shit anymore. That this is just some illusion. It's some stupid whatever shit. That's crazy to think of. Holy shit, your past identity didn't fucking matter the slightest. It means whatever shit that you thought you were, that wasn't you. Holy shit. Holy shit. Maybe you watch this video and you're just like, oh yeah, whatever. Oh yeah, no, that's not for me. But actually, if you go through this investigation, you go through that and you realize, holy shit, who I thought I was, well, that wasn't me. You're gonna freak the fuck out. And if you're gonna wanna go through this identity change, you have to be ready for that. And it'll necessitate you a lot more self-development work, a lot more mental toughness and emotional resilience to embrace being anything, to embrace being nothing, to embrace being everything. It's not easy. Before I leave you with this, very important thing, if you're gonna try to apply this in your life, don't just float around in the water, or don't just sit on your couch and be like, oh, I am nothingness, I am everythingness. Whatever, those crazy hobos on the street that are spiritual or whatever. No, I want you to have a sense of purpose in your life. Find your life purpose. Find what you're willing to die for, what you're willing, what you want to do, what's the impact you want to have on the world, what is your passion, what do you want to give to other people. Once you have that, once you have a strong purpose, then assuming this formlessness will be a lot easier to do. Because if you're just this whatever floating cloud in the sky, then, okay, well, what is that gonna, that's not really gonna make your life better. But if you can be formless, in your art, formless while having a strong sense of purpose, formless while living life to the fullest, then you have a killer combination that nothing can fucking stop you in the world. And that's amazing. So thank you guys for watching. I'm tired as hell, but leave me your suggestions because I read every single comment. I reply to every single comment. The best suggestion, I'll make a video about it. And yeah, don't forget to click on the fucking bell. The bell so you can get all my fucking videos because YouTube is being stupid shit right now. And yeah, I'll see you fucking next video. Yeah, peace guys.